being labeled as a total creep to getting absolutely humiliated, these are 27 video game achievements you don't want. When Call of Duty World at War released, it was considered to be one of the most addicting games on the market, but spend too much time to hit max level and the devs would troll you. After spending hundreds of hours to hit max prestige, you'll get an achievement called Go Get Some Sun, which literally says it's time to go outside and find other things to do. And this is nothing on one of Elder Scrolls Online's most embarrassing achievements. Because it's an MMO, everything you do is going to be judged by other players. And so if you're found wearing stolen armor, the guards will confront you with a simple choice. You either pay the bounty and give back the things you stole, or fight to the death. It doesn't matter what you choose, because the guards will strip the clothes off your dead body anyway, leaving you completely naked with the prize of indecent exposure added to your profile. If you thought that was bad, Family Guy Back to the Multiverse has a disturbing Easter egg that you absolutely don't want to find. In the No Cheese Please mission, you play as Brian and Stewie as they run through a hotel. You don't have to look inside the rooms, but anyone who gets too curious will end up regretting it fast. In one of the rooms, you'll find Quagmire, who is tied to the bed and dressed as a baby. Most people would find this pretty weird and leave immediately, but if you for some reason just stand there, you'll rightfully be called a pervert. Learning that makes you look like a total creep. Seeing this next achievement in Surgeon Simulator should raise some serious red flags. It's already a pretty difficult game, which means most surgeries go horribly wrong, but it takes a whole new level of stupidity to pull this off. While performing a heart transplant, you have to time it perfectly or the patient will die. After pulling all of their organs, the new heart needs to go in before they run out of blood. It's hard enough, but wait until you put it in upside down. This achievement not only ends the patient, but your reputation as well. If you're lucky, maybe nobody will notice, but I can't say the same for NBA ballers, because this next trophy will permanently embarrass you. Playing rank can be annoying, especially when you're on a losing streak, but at least nobody can see you being a massive failure, right? Well, in this game, if you lose 5 ranked matches in a row, you'll get this for 0 gamer score. Yeah, they're kicking you while you're already down. But if you manage to get back up in Fall Guys, you'll be rewarded with one of its hardest achievements. While playing, it's pretty common to, well, fall over. I mean, it's the name of the game. But it takes a special kind of person to trip over more than 10 times in a single round. The craziest part is, anyone who does this usually gets eliminated. But if you somehow defy the odds and qualify, you'll get a special achievement called Face First, which isn't really something to be proud of. While that might be embarrassing, one of the worst trophies is a hidden message from the Prince of Persia devs. In the Forgotten Sands, there's plenty of tough enemies to come across, which might tempt you to change the difficulty. Most other games let you get away with this, but not this one. If you downgrade from normal to easy, the devs will roast you with the trophy Our Little Secret that says, "Don't worry, we won't tell if you don't." One of the funniest Easter eggs can be found in Fable 2 when you decide to prank the entire town. I don't want to know who discovered this, but it all started when people got completely naked in the street. Then, in an act of total shame, they took it even further, going up to random NPCs and thrusting it in their face. I mean, who does this? Eventually, you'll be reported to the guards and fined, which permanently labels you as the menace to society. But you seriously don't want Dead or Alive's most humiliating achievement. If you thought NBA's 5-loss streak was embarrassing, wait until you see this. For anyone who loses 20 games in a row, their shame will be immortalized forever, and the achievement makes sure everybody knows about it. Just like this moment in Superman Returns, and trust me, you're not gonna earn this one accidentally. For some reason, playing as Superman isn't overpowered enough, and some people will actually try to enter cheat codes. The developers knew how embarrassing this would be, so in return, they leave a permanent stain on your profile and call it a desperate plea for help. Postal 2 has a peeing mechanic in the game, which is already strange enough, but then people started doing it directly in the air, and well, yeah, you would actually get an achievement for this. Make sure nobody checks your Steam profile, or it'll get you in 4K with the It's Sterile and I Like the Taste achievement. I don't think even 100% completionists want that one, and the same goes for a trophy in the Stanley Parable. Anyone could see click door 435 times and think it's the easiest task in the world, but you'd be sorely mistaken. The narrator tells you to click another 20 times, then 50, now do 20 on door 417, and it just keeps going and going. This happens for like 10 minutes straight, proving that anyone who unlocked this will literally do anything for an achievement. And you'll definitely want to avoid earning this trophy in Duke Nukem Forever. At the start of the game, you can explore a locker room, and of course, when you walk into the bathroom stalls, you'll find exactly what you were expecting. Most of us don't want to walk around with a turd, but if you throw it away, an achievement pops up letting everyone know you stole a piece of poop. speaking of ruining the fun, the most annoying people to play against are campers, especially when it comes to Halo 4. But it turns out anyone who decides to sit in a corner won't get an easy kill. Instead, you'll get roasted by the developers who mock you for pitching a tent. And I get it, maybe you camp because you don't like running around, or you just have bad aim. And if that's the case, you should probably avoid the BOURNE conspiracy because this game secretly tracks your accuracy. Turns out missing 90% of your shots isn't normal, and the developer's advice is to wear glasses. But I'm sure you'll be paying attention in Yakuza 0, as one of the game's features allows you to view, well, adult content, okay? Be warned, you can't hide this one from your friends, so if you watch this stuff, expect an achievement to expose you for it. I will say it's named I Did It For The Trophy, so you at least have a shot to defend yourself. It's not as direct as God of War's blatant roast. If you find yourself losing over and over, the game steps in and asks if you want to change the difficulty. Doesn't matter what you choose because the game has already given you this. And in The Last Guardian, the story revolves around a boy and his friend Trico. Even though the whole premise is about a huge animal, I don't think anyone was expecting him to need bathroom breaks. They're pretty rare, but if you sit there and watch Trico take a dump, enjoy your Call of Nature trophy. Not every embarrassing achievement is hard to get though. In fact, Guitar Hero 3's most frustrating moment has happened to everyone. We've all played rhythm games and dominated the first half of a song only to fall apart near the end. If we do that here, the devs give you a little reassurance with a simple, almost got it. But in Minecraft, one of the most humiliating achievements is actually kind of fun to get. If you want to earn it, you need to survive on nothing except dried kelp for 3 in-game days. This means that you need to go into the ocean for an entire hour and constantly eat one of the worst food sources in Minecraft. Like seriously, who would do this? Well, for anyone who's been labeled a castaway, they're either a dedicated completionist or just a total psychopath. Although they could just be huge fans of the Tom Hanks movie Castaway, so maybe I shouldn't judge too much. And in MLB The Show, the developers are not playing around. Sometimes you just gotta admit you made a mistake. So if you're playing pitcher and give out a home run to the very first batter, not only should you retire from baseball, but the game itself just says, bruh. Doing that is like playing a party game on your own. It's not impossible, but it makes 0 sense. And yes, there are people who have loaded up You Don't Know Jack on a Saturday night and selected single player mode, and I'm not judging, but the game sure is. And millions of people were trolled in FIFA 10 when the devs added this unavoidable slap in the face. If you've played FIFA Online, you know the feeling of getting destroyed, and it's easy just to leave the game and try again. Well, not this time though. Anyone who rage quits 5 online matches is rightfully called a bad loser. You might have wondered, am I good at dancing? Well, don't worry because Ubisoft will straight up tell you no. For anyone who misses every gold move in Just Dance, you'll earn a consolation prize, which is meant to make you feel better, but let's be honest, this is just totally mocking you. Just like this achievement in the Simpsons game. If you somehow manage to die a bunch of times in a row, the game will give you the pwned achievement, which says, dude, you need help, you've died like 10 times. And Lara Croft in the Temple of Osiris has something similar, but roasts you even harder. If you happen to die more than anyone else in your party by the end of a level, you are completely humiliated with the trophy. Hey, at least you're the best at something. But an achievement that literally no one should have can be found in the darkest of days. The game tells you pretty early on that you can't hit friendly horses, so you never really think about trying it. But if you're some kind of sicko who goes around punching animals, the game will reward you with the Horse Puncher trophy, which lets everyone know just how evil you are. Those are 27 video game achievements you don't want. Let me know how many of these you guys have. It has been Tommy, and keep it here on T5G.